Good afternoon, ma'am. Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Very good afternoon.
How are you,
How
ma'am?
are you,
कैसी
ma'am?
हैं?
कैसी हैं?
Sir, I'm fine.
जी
Uh,
जी जी
and happy to see you this time. Last time I didn't find you, I think,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
busy.
yeah, yeah.
Actually,
Okay. So,
So let us
so let
start
us start
our
our
today's training.
training.
okay.
Thank you,
So,
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
should I start?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah,
Actually,
ma'am.
we have
Actually, we have
to
to
COE
COE
Patna,
Patna, Tarun.
so he may
So he
join
may
today.
join today.
Yeah, I am expecting, means eagerly, if it was really possible, I would like to know what time is any.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Let us
Thank you.
start.
Let's start.
Okay. Namaskar.
Okay.
A very warm good evening to all the ladies and gentlemen joined on this virtual platform for the in-house training program from Muzaffarpur Sahodaya Complex, Muzaffarpur. Once again, hearty welcome to all the participants and sincere gratitude to the Sahodaya members, particularly here the presence of Sudhir ji and Chandan ji and all other members, all other respected principals and or the teachers, whoever the other members, technical associate members have joined for this session. On the topic today, mindset, the psychology of learning and achievement. This is, I hope, this topic is very convenient to all of you. First question comes, the mindset. What do we understand or we feel when we talk about the mindset? It's obviously a topic, a book of psychology written by Carlo. And the psychology of learning and achievement. What is the role of this book or this content is important to understand. Is important to understand, utilize, and achieve the goal we set for in our life. So, again, with this hope that it is a interactive session, I wish all the participants must have to participate actively, maybe through chat box or through Mentimeter, or if you wish, you can even speak. You can raise your hands so that you will be unmuted and can talk. So, let us know what are exactly the mindset we understand or we talk about. Mindset is a damn good book. The major crux of the book is that there are two kinds of people in this world. Those that have a fixed mindset and those that have a growth mindset. We see two categories of the people having the set of minds, their understanding. They think what is exactly they have or they think is the last. So the session will be discussed in three parts. One is fixed and growth mindset. Part 2, paradox of praise. And the last one, what you can do, which is most important. Before we come to the point, what you can do, let us understand what is the two ways to think about a problem that's slightly too hard for you to solve. When question comes about the solution or to solve some problems, our discussion of the mindsets starts from here. Whether you have a fixed mindset or you have a growth mindset. What is the role of this fixed and growth mindset? That is, we need to understand first. So this new psychology of success, Carol Duke describes fixed and growth mindsets and how each can have a profound impact on how we strive to reach our goals from childhood through adulthood. Our entire lifestyle we maintain, we live as per the mindset we have. I must believe that all will agree with me. You have the choice also to be disagree, but you have to find out the logic of disagreeing of certain things. Here some questions for you. Are people born smart? Sometimes we believe he's a blessed child. Are they born smart? Can you believe, can you say that all people to whom we know as a very successful people, they achieved many things in their life, do they really born alike, or they are being made, or they become? So this set of slides definitely introduce you the question, which is the heart of the mindset discussion. Are people born smart? We could discuss this with you and can assure yourself what is the concept that you believe in. Do you believe in this concept, or you still want to have a choice? Here you can see this picture, political leader. If we talk about the successful people or the great people or the people who did some great act and we know them. So here are a few examples I have brought before you. Political leader, Winston Churchill, repeated a grade during elementary school. That means he has not passed perhaps, or he was not a very bright student in his career, in his school days, and he has repeated a grade in elementary level. He was placed in the lowest division of the lowest class. Do you think his parents were worried about his potential? If he could, then definitely he could not come into the picture or could not become a political leader to whom we are talking about the day. Similarly, there are some more examples, 1,000 examples, number of examples are there, but a few I have brought for you. Here is a composer, Beethoven's teacher called him a hopeless composer. If someone said that about your child, would you suggest your child try a different activity? Sometimes somebody or the schools give the remark, okay, he cannot do best in this area. Sometimes we go for a different choice also, but sometimes we do not. Why? Because the intensity and interest of the child is on certain things. Whether he is being recognized today, being appreciated by the teachers and the parents, or not even that, but the keen desire is that he wants to become somebody else. Perhaps that is proven by Beethoven as a great composer. Here is a writer, Leo Tolstoy, everybody knows his name, dropped out of college. He was described as both unable and unwilling to learn. The remark of his teachers, lecturers was that he was unable. Means if he could be the fixed mindset, then we started believing it can't true. अभी कुछ नहीं हो सकता, वो कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता, या हम उसको कुछ करने दे नहीं सकते, क्योंकि we believe वो कुछ कर नहीं पाएगा. So if he could believe on that concept that he is unable, definitely he could not come into the picture today. Here is one more example of a business leader, Warren Buffett. Second richest man in the world, failed to get into Harvard Business School. What if he took that to mean he should not be in business? If it could be accepted by him on that day, when he was not, has not got the chance to be there in that Harvard Business School, he could drop out this idea. Does he? But he didn't do this. Then he could not think that he should be in the business again because he is a teacher or the educator or the parents have already accepted that he can't. But he didn't do this. So there are number of people around us to whom we know as the great people. They did some remarkable, commendable job in, and they have given something better to the society for which we talk about them. But they were not known in the beginning or in their early childhood or life as what they became or they are known today. So role models are there. Einstein's, take the example of the Einstein's. His teacher said that he was academically subnormal. Subnormal means he cannot be good at academic. He's a learning disabled child. He cannot learn properly. I hope everybody knew the story about Einstein's and how was his schooling and what was his teacher's remark. Michael Jordan's coach said that he was not more talented than other people. तो वो तो कभी कोच बनता ही नहीं. Walt Disney was told that he lacked creative imagination. He was not able to think something different or to see the things differently or is not able to imagine creative. But he became. J.K. Rowling was told her story would never sell. But what had happened? Why did I discuss all these things? Here I want to put the focus on these two different kind of mindsets. Till now, whatever we have discussed about the people already known to the society, the world even knew them for their deed. But they were not recognized earlier. They were not given the chance or they were not accepted as what they became. If it could be the one mindset of by born whatever we have that is fixed, then definitely they could not be recognized today as something else or as a somebody else. So my point of view is to discuss here that the two different mindsets work always. It is the choice of us which one you are choosing. The two different kind of people are always available in the society. Even now among us, we all are. What you need to believe, what you believe in yourself, whether you have a fixed mindset or you have a growth mindset. So what is the difference between this fixed, to whom we have discussed till now, they all were the growth mindset of people. What is a fixed mindset of? Whether people are made, not born. Growth mindset people always believe they are made, not by born only. So this statement, people are made, not born, says us what has just been observed in the role models discussion. When people work hard and put effort in, they can succeed despite the odds. For example, a teacher claimed that Einstein was educationally subnormal. This would imply that he was unintelligent. Yet he achieved some amazing scientific breakthroughs and everybody, the world, entire world knew about it. If he could stop on the first day when his teacher denied or didn't accept that what he can do and didn't find any logic or objectives in him, perhaps Einstein could not become Einstein. This is why the second mindset of what we call the growth mindset is applicable there. And it's the great psychology behind it. It works wonderfully. It's only depend on you that how do you take the things or you believe on the things. Two mindsets. Here is an example. The mindset is the belief a person holds that their intellect and ability. The first is that intelligence is fixed. What he says, this is the way my intelligence is. I hope all of you can see this screen, this picture. What it is says, this is the way my intelligence is. This is the version of the fixed mindset. The other one says, no, intelligence will grow and develop. The first is that intelligence is fixed, ability is carved in stone. For example, people are sporty, arty, clever, or they are not. People and their potential are fixed. It is thought of by the people, those are having the first one or the fixed mindset. But the second one, which is called the growth mindset, they used to believe, people with this mindset believe that intelligence is malleable. People can grow, change, and develop potential. So the two basic mindsets, fixed and growth, if you have a fixed mindset, you believe your abilities are fixed traits and therefore cannot be changed. One mindset who believes it cannot be changed. By burn what I have. It will come to me ultimately. But the second one, and you may also believe that your talent and intelligence alone leads to success and effort is not required. But it is little upside down in the second mindsets. It believes effort matters a lot. How much effort you really put in. So mindset related to your belief about ability creates a whole mental world for you to live in. Fixed mindset, ability cannot change. Fixed mindset always believes that ability cannot change. Growth mindset, believe in ability can change. It can grow just like a small plant, it is growing. And here I hope everybody knew it. Just for the sake of example, if you have different kinds of plants at your home and you are taking care of some plants, means watering the plant in time, giving the proper nutrition what it is required, and in other plant you didn't care, neither you have ever looked at. Have you ever find the differences in the growth of these two plants? The plants nurtured and cared properly, the growth of this plant and this plant being ignored by you. You didn't love this plant. What is the growth of this plant? Definitely there is a huge difference between this growth of these two plants, though they have been the sapling is done in the same time and everything, but it was a huge difference between these two. One is being cared, one is not being cared. So if it could be very fixed one, by burn, by the seed, everything they have means inborn quality was the same, but the growth is different because in one plant you have put your effort, in other plant you didn't pay your attention even. So believing that intelligence is fixed makes people unwilling to try new things because of fear of failing. Some people do not try because try करेंगे तो नहीं होगा तो, and partially they started believing they cannot, and it encourages people to give up after failure because they cannot accept it and believe that they cannot change. Similarly, adopting a growth mindset, on the other hand, helps people to overcome setbacks because they believe that they can achieve and learn new things and can do something better and do something big. That is the belief. So the mind power here helps us believing in the things. Set of 6 studies of the children praised for effort or growth which you got, or praise for ability which is a fixed one. So here is the goal. These studies show what happens when people praise others for intelligence versus praising for effort and the effect this has on young people's motivation and performances. So praise for effort, which is called is the growth. Goals, if the achievement we talk about, it is the 90% of the group created learning. And in the fixed mindset, the same thing happens, 66% of the group created goals and performance goals. So here, if we talk about enjoyment, it is same continued, 90% of the group created learning goals and continued to be happy, but the fixed mindset, they decreased this ability to enjoy. Persistence, equally fixed the same, and it is also decreased in the fixed mindset. Performances, it is really improved. Growth mindset, it is improved because they put on the effect, and the effect works wonderfully. And those are the fixed mindset. They do not want to put any effort. नहीं पढ़ पाएंगे तो नहीं कर पाएंगे, फर्स्ट नहीं आना है क्लास में, and they prefer to be there in the back bench. So these light about scores, one individual 40% in general. So goals, here Carol Duke found that 90% of the people who were praised for effort wanted to perform tasks which they could learn a lot from. And she found that 2 of these young people praised for ability wanted to carry out a task which ensured further success. You are requested not to request for annotation, please, all the participants. Anything you can drop a message in the chat box. So enjoyment, after a set of harder problems, the students in the different praise conditions showed differences in their motivation. That is, those praised for intelligence refer to the improvement. Persistence, their work. They were lastly they also showed in performances significant decline in performances and the task compared to those who had been praised for effort. Why do I talk about the praise for effort? I hope all of you must have been experienced the same things in your class or while you are talking about the child. Have you ever felt the child who is average or below average in your class and sometimes he did something differently and you appreciated by heart? Did you ever notice the smile glitters on his face and the next performances is better than earlier? Why it has happened so? The child started believing somewhere he is being appreciated, noticed by you to whom you have ignored many times. So that's little encouragement or praise really helps him to do wonder or something differently in the next page. But sometimes the demotivation also leads equally that they, even having the talent, they do not able to do anything. So light about scores. In another study, Duke told young people in the different praise conditions that young people at another school would like to hear about their performances and the people sit with question about how well they had done on a task and told them that the teacher would not see the seat because they believed already. He is not known as a good child in the class and teacher never praised him. So he has already developed the concept that teacher will not listen, not see even his seats, even if he does better. It happens. I hope definitely you will be agreeing with me the same. So what I want to tell is motivation, praise, appreciation and affection works wonderfully in the child's life. that must have to be taken care by each and every teacher in the school. So how mindsets affect students? There are the 4 important parts in which we talk about the achievements: goals, responses, effort, strategies. Here I would like to use the chat box. Can you help me? So Mentimeter is there in your chat box. It is available. All of you, please just open it. So I want to know the kind of mindsets you believe in, whether it is the fixed mindset or the growth mindset. And out of these, what we are discussing now, goals, responses, effort, strategies. Is there any of you believing on the power of this mindset? And the different kind of mindset, what you can help the child, whether motivation works wonderfully or it is inborn qualities. What kind of students you see in your class? That you have to write. Please use your chat box. Goal oriented. Do they respond you well? What is that in you, or during your class you can ask the students or can give something so that the child could think that he can do something? What is the major role of the teacher in the classroom to differentiate these 2 mindsets in the school? Please have a word at least from you. Are they using? Can I just check it? What do you believe that you must have to write? Of course, growth mindset, nice, eagerness. My God, very good, outstanding. Goals. Yes, it is goals. Outstanding eagerness, responses. Nice presentation, devoted, dedicated. Inquisitive, very nice new words, dedicated. Very interesting, fine. Ishwar. Outstanding eagerness. I like the session. You please write about your class and your children and see how your words are resembling there, how it affects. It's goal oriented, fine. Any more? Growth oriented, interaction. I like this positive thinking, responses, growth mindset. Have you ever dealt with the fixed mindset? Parents, तो obviously you met ना. कुछ पेरेंट्स नहीं कहते मेरा बच्चा सब कुछ जानता है, आपने उसको क्लास में 3rd या लास्ट में कैसे कर दिया? मुझे तो लग रहा है आप लोगों ने जरूर ऐसे पेरेंट्स से मिले होंगे. So what is that called? An fixed mindset. They already believed what is there in the child is enough and that he should come first always. Outstanding goal. Thank you so much. I'm getting very good words, but still goof something. I think it was somebody was trying to write something wonderfully. Section running. What is that? Running watery. What is it? Responses. Perhaps they are trying to effort. Fine. Effort, goals, devoted, growth oriented, and goal achievement. Nice. Thank you so much. Once and you keep on writing. We will be back again with the, I'll show it again. And let me see. Curious. Very good. Dedication. Nice. So what is the power of this mindset theory? I wanted to know the power from you. So the responses people display when confronted with the setbacks, the beliefs about effort and strategies for success. These differ according to which mindset a person adopts. That is important. Which mindset a person adopts, that has to be defined. So now let us talk about this power of mindset theory. Mindset can profoundly affect learning, skill, development, relationships, achievement, either in school or outside, and success in other areas in life too. It's all together based on everything what we are in our learning place and what we are there in outside also. Entirely in our life, what exactly it matters. So now focus on the goals. How do mindset affect the things we aim for? How the goal oriented? We are nowadays giving the ideas or to the parents or the children, sometimes during the counseling, what we say, you need to define your goal first. The child doesn't know what is the goal to be decided. He is confused himself which area or what he can do better. But we still suggest you need to find out your goal first. So to define this goal, or what is, how our mindset accepts it or goes for it, that is important to know. So here is how do mindset affect the things we aim for. Goals are the things that individuals aim for, and these determine people's thoughts, feelings and behavior. That's depend on how do you go for it. So to just kill your boredom, I want to give you a nice video to watch. Watch it. Before we just go through, listen it carefully.
This
and
is
see
a
it
story
carefully
of an
what
eagle.
is the eagle's mindset and how it works wonderfully in its life.
An eagle has the longest lifespan of its species. It can live up to 70 years. But to reach this age, however, the eagle must make some tough decisions. In its 40th year, its long, flexible talons can no longer grab prey, which serve as food. Its long, sharp beak begins to bend. Its old, aged, and heavy wings, due to their thick feathers, stick to their chest and make it difficult to fly. Then the eagle is left with only two options: die or go through the painful process of change. The process requires that the eagle fly to a mountaintop and sit on its nest. There, it knocks its beak against a rock until it plucks it out. Then the eagle will wait for a new beak to grow before it plucks out the talons. When the new talons grow back, the eagle starts plucking its thick, heavy feathers. And after this, the eagle takes its famous flight of rebirth and lives for another 30 years. Why is the change needed? To survive and live. We too have to start the change process. We also have to pluck our unpleasant memories, negative habits, and fixed mindset. Only freed from the past burdens can we take advantage of the present. Let's soar again.
Thank you for watching. I hope this has given you a mind-blowing example of that is how mindset works wonderfully in our life. If the eagle could decide after 40, he cannot relive his life, that it could be finished. He could not be eagle. But he has decided to rejuvenated his life, to renew his life. So he has gone all such pain again. and you see what becomes an eagle again. So eagle is known for its mindset. It is not the fixed mindset. It has the growth mindset. He has decided to relive. That's why he has taken the step and proven himself. So those with a fixed mindset tend to create performance goals. They believe that a person's potential can be measured. They aim to receive validation from others. Receiving low marks mean that they are not smart, and we consider the children accordingly also. Both success and failure cause anxiety, and sometimes we forget that what our students are doing. Perhaps we need to take a chance to motivate them that we do not do. So people endorsing a fixed mindset believe that intelligence and ability can be measured. That means the other people can measure their ability and potential. Because of this, people endorsing a fixed mindset are more likely to create performance goals which they believe reflect their intelligence and ability to others. For them, learning is not an end in itself, but rather a means to looking good. This means that success is difficult to enjoy because the person has to keep providing themselves. And if they meet failure, they see it as a reflection of their lack of intellect or ability rather than a learning opportunity. So these two major means two major things affects here greatly to the mindset, that once we accept we are defeated, we give up. So this is the fixed mindset of activities easily give up and accept that it can't. But the growth mindset will learn a lesson and will decide, yes, I have to go off. I have to try again and I have to see where exactly I didn't perform well. So they will try to enhance their performances. They will try to put effort again. But the fixed mindset will not try, will not think to retry. This is the difference. So fixed mindsets, performances goals, their fixed potential can be measured. They believe validation from others. They expect the remarks from others. If others appreciate it, they feel they are successful. If it is not, they have accepted that they are failure and cannot do. Or else, other kind of mind setup is being developed. They started comparing. नहीं वो तो जानबूझकर उनको बोलते हैं, उनको मैं पसंद हूँ ही नहीं. So that is also another kind of fixed mindset talk. Started comparison, started accepting I cannot do or nobody appreciates me. So all such negativity first comes to this mind. But it is entirely different for the growth mindset. They start thinking, perhaps I didn't try well, or I need to see the other corners where I didn't perform well. So they will focus on their performances and put more effort. This is the difference. So low marks, my fixed mindset accepts low marks means they are not smart. Success and failure cause anxiety. This is the anxiety as I discussed. They developed this anxiety and started comparing themselves with others. But growth mindset is the learning goal. The goal is mastery and competence, scores and grades, how I am doing now. They never consider it that today I am successful and it is the finally successful person forever and every event. They do not calculate. They say how I am today or how I am now. I am successful now for this event. But it can, they do not take it as granted this event or these things are always will be very successful. So they increase their performances, they increase enjoyment and decrease negative emotion. They do not allow their mind to grow with the negative emotions. They do not compare. नहीं उन्होंने अच्छा नहीं किया था लेकिन सर ने उनको अच्छा मार्क्स दिए क्योंकि वो उनके रिलेशन से या उसको पसंद करते हैं या और भी एनी अदर मीन्स एंड वे हो सकता है. ऐसा होता है कि नहीं होता है? आपने किसी बच्चा को क्लास में फर्स्ट अनाउंस कर दिया या कोई भी स्पोर्ट्स इवेंट में अगर कोई भी कैसे भी आ गया तो बच्चे कितने बात करते हैं. एंड व्हाई इट इज हैपेंड सो? बिकॉज ऑफ द फिक्स्ड माइंडसेट दे इमीडिएटली गो फॉर द नेगेटिविटी. बट दोज आर ट्रूली द विनर, दे विल नेवर टॉक लाइक दिस. दे विल से कि नहीं सर मुझे थोड़ा सा और ट्राई करना था, मुझे और बेटर करने के लिए मुझे और प्रिपेयर करना था, प्रैक्टिस करना था. But this is the difference of the discussion of the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. So those with a growth mindset tend to create learning goals, and the goal is mastery and competence. Scores and marks reflect how people are doing now and do not measure a person's potential. Creating goals for learning has shown to increase performance and enjoyment and decrease negative emotion. They do not brood over all such emotions even if they fail. Here is an example. I hope this figure is known to might be very many. Is the tennis player John McEnroe. How do mindsets affect how we react to events? You could see this clear reactions of this boy. So you have now introduced the audience to the different goals people set and the relationship those goals have to each mindset. Now it is time to introduce the idea that when people meet with success and challenges, they respond in different ways. So this particular slide can say you can see the reaction or the setback. What is exactly the reaction? So it's altogether speaks about the attitude of this boy. John McEnroe is also very famous for having changed. He is now respected for sports commentator. I think many of you might be knowing him better. So when faced with failure or challenge, fixed mindset response. When you face with failure or challenge, अगर किसी चैलेंज सामने आ गया हम कर नहीं पाए या फेल हो गए, किसी में सक्सेस नहीं हो पाए, so how do this mindset, fixed mindset react? Their responses is do not pay attention to learning, demotivated immediately, they lose their confidence on themselves. So people with a fixed mindset do not pay attention to learning information because they are too consumed with how they feel, because they tend to blame themselves for the failure. Brain imagining studies have shown that when people fail a test and are given the right answer to correct their mistake, those with a fixed mindset do not pay attention to re-performances. These individuals have an internal focus on how they feel and what the failure means about them rather than an external focus on what they can learn. So they lose self-esteem, do not pay attention to learning, denigrate their intelligence, underrepresent past successes and overrepresent failures. Those are called the pessimist, goes for completely to the pessimism. Believe it proves something stable about themselves. So those are optimistic, those are means they are hopeful. They never lose their hope. They never disheartened with certain failures. Rather, they took it as a learning aspect and again think how could they overcome. So they get fixed mindset, they immediately get depressed and their self-esteem decreases because it is contingent on their success or failure. They calculate themselves, their values lies on the success and failure only. But when it faced with failure or challenge, growth mindset response is entirely different. You can see, focus on learning rather than how they feel. Though obviously they feel bad, they fail, they didn't achieve, but they still focus on learning. अभी मुझे क्या और करना चाहिए था जिसमें मेरी शायद जीत हो सकती थी. Pay attention and do better on future tests. They again immediately getting ready for the another test, another preparation, and how I need to perform well or prepare myself well for this achievement. They try new ways of doing things, find out the new goals. Self-motivating, the harder it gets, the harder I try. They never lose their patience, rather they enhance their confidence and boost themselves, that the harder it gets, the harder I try. I will try definitely, how hard it might be, but I will succeed. This I will concept immediately develop if they fail to achieve certain things. So higher self-esteem, believe in their ability to learn. They do not feel that they degraded. They do not lose their spirit. Rather, they feel and they maintain their dignity accordingly and getting ready to the next task, next challenge to come up. So people who display mastery, response, believe that intelligence and natural ability can be improved. So they will work harder in the face of setbacks and enjoy the challenges. Brain imaging studies show that when people adopting a growth mindset fail, they pay attention to the new learning information. This is because their attention is focused and towards and not internally on how they feel. They are first focused on the part they didn't flourish. And what this study showed was that when faced with failure and given feedback about how to correct their mistakes, those with growth mindset people change and believing in themselves to learn and to do more. So people immediately preparing themselves to another challenges, and they were also more likely to give an accurate representation of their success and failures. I do believe you must have been seen some students in your class, those usually immediately recovered out of any kind of comments, or they didn't get any achievement of any competition. Suppose by chance they failed, they depressed, but immediately console themselves and getting ready for the next one. And they could even assure the teachers, no sir or ma'am, I will try again. I hope this little image could give you many things. How do mindsets affect our view of trying hard or hardly trying? What do you see in this picture? Are you trying hard or hardly trying? Can I brought this picture? You can see now. I hope it is now in your screen properly. It's hardly trying, or what do you see in this picture? What this image, small image, can give you this example? Effort. But exactly the effort you are putting. You could see this picture lead us. It seems very difficult word. It seems impossible. Can you change it? Can you do it? But how mindsets affect our view of trying hard or hardly trying? We will never think to try it. Are you there? Any of you could try to take a try, at least a trial? Or hardly it is tried by any. But this depends on the mindset. How hard, it doesn't matter. At least they will think to try. This is the positive mindset up, or the growth mindsets things. The fixed mindset, ये पॉसिबल है क्या बेकार की बात कर रहे हो, हो ही नहीं सकता, इसको आप उठा के कहीं और डाल सकते हैं, नहीं कर सकते ना, तो फिर क्यों सोचते हैं? कुछ लोग ये बोलेंगे कुछ तो काम और है नहीं और चले पहाड़ उठाने, लेकिन कुछ लोग, बहुत कम लोग ऐसे होते हैं, इसको उठाने की सोचते हैं. हिम्मत तो बहुत बात की बात है, but at least they are thinking to have a try. This is called the growth mindset, and how far we believe on ourselves. So do smart people have to try hard to succeed? Of course, I hope all of you will agree with me. People were asked about intelligence and how much they thought it was due to effort and how much they thought it was about ability. Intelligence is equal to dash percentage effort and dash percentage ability. Can any of you? Oh, already the answers are here available. It was a survey, actually, it was a research. It is not just written like this. Fixed mindset. 35% effort versus 65% ability, they believe on this. Growth mindsets, they put effort much. 65% effort versus 35% ability. So this ability and effort need to be decided by the mind how much and where you are going to put on. And intelligence is deciding, it is not fixed. Intelligence criteria is not at all fixed. It's depend on our mindset. how do we dealt with, how do we take it. So this is the positive growth. These slides at least give you the details, different beliefs about effort held by people with a fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Those who endorse a fixed mindset think that effort is a reflection of low ability. This is because if people are born smart, they should not have to work at it. कुछ लोग ये बिलीव करते हैं ना, by born I am smart. पैदाइशी वो ऐसा है. I'm sorry, I do not know whether I'm correctly speaking Hindi or not. By born I am that, so I can do, means whatever the ability I have, it ultimately come to me. But the growth mindset people they think little differently. People endorsing a growth mindset believe that hard work and effort will get them there. This is because they believe that ability can be growth and this requires effort. So this slide, efforts and mindset, fixed and growth in between the conversation, shows that people endorsing different mindsets hold a different view about the effectiveness of effort. What I want to tell you here is all are the teachers, all are somewhere connected with the society in a large way. Have you ever tried to change the mindset of your children when you found that he is losing his confidence? He is giving up, or he is not thinking to try again because they do not believe in themselves. They have accepted they are the failure. Have you ever tried to push them? No, you can do. It can do wonderfully. But if your little initiation could be paid by the teachers, I hope that fixed mindset of a child could be changed to the growth one. Though you need to put hard effort a little there to motivate the child, to appreciate the child. Yes, I know. So those fixed mindset, those with a fixed mindset view efforts as a reflection of low intelligence, whereas those with a growth mindset see effort as a necessary part of success. Hard work means I do not get it and I am unintelligent, believed by the fixed mindset people. But it is equally different for the growth mindset. They try harder when faced with a setback. Fixed mindset, effort means lack of ability. But here the growth mindset believes effort is success. They use effort to overcome difficulty. They do not lose their confidence at any situations. So learning helps our neurons grow. If you are kept on learning, obviously your brain is getting empowered. So the brain is a muscle that gets stronger with exercise. How you need to exercise your brain? You need to keep your mind engaged in thinking to grow, thinking positively. Feed your mind with positive thoughts, positive ideas, can do different things, can see different things, can see positiveness in others. So that is the great, you can say the means your brain will grow healthily. So this is, you see, again the mindset we talk about here. It is one thing having brains and talent. What the brain talent said, I don't need to put out effort, things will come to me. मैंने जैसे कहा ना, burn by burn तो मैं हूँ ही ऐसा, things will come to me ultimately. But here, but I won't give you success. Ultimately, success will not come. You have to put effort. You have to work hard. So then the success will come to you. So this entirely depends on how do we go for it or how do we think. So this is strategies. It is very important to plan. How do mindsets affect success? Life's real failure is when you do not realize how close you were to success when you gave up. Sometimes easily we give up. It's the, you need to motivate. Here is a great aspect of a teacher is to motivate when the child is losing hope. So this image is really suggesting us that how the growth mindset will find something new, or what are the motivation works wonderfully in our life. Fixed mindset, students with a fixed mindset keep using the wrong strategy when faced with a problem. Then they disengage from the problem finally they give up. They have decided. This is because when the goal is to learn and master a subject, people with a growth mindset become more creative. Studies have shown that people will try many ways of doing things and will only disengage when the problem really is too hard. Let them struggle, but still success is ahead and they can achieve. Growth mindset achieve success. Fixed mindset do not. So how this fixed mindset accepts easily and give up the things, here this video can again enlighten you, and I hope you are not bored enough, but still then I want to kill your boredom now. Get ready for the Mentimeter next.
एक बार एक शहर में दो दोस्त रहते थे। वो दोनों दोस्त एक दिन समुद्र किनारे शंख इकट्ठा करने के लिए गए ताकि उन शंखों को बेचकर वो अपने लिए कुछ पूंजी जमा कर पाए। दोनों दोस्त शंख इकट्ठा कर ही रहे थे, तभी पहले वाले दोस्त को एक बड़ा शंख मिल गया और ये देखकर दूसरे वाले दोस्त के मन में आया कि यार इसे तो बड़ा शंख मिल गया, अब ये मुझसे ज़्यादा पैसा कमा लेगा। तो फिर उसने सोचा कि अब मैं भी सिर्फ बड़ा शंख ही ढूंढूंगा ताकि मैं भी ज़्यादा पैसा कमा पाऊँ। तो अब वो लग गया बड़े शंख की तलाश में। उसने खूब ढूंढा, खूब मेहनत की, लेकिन फिर भी उसे बड़ा शंख हासिल नहीं हुआ। और उस बड़े शंख के चक्कर में उसे जितने भी छोटे छोटे शंख मिलते उन सारे शंखों को उठा करके फेंक देता, क्योंकि उसके दिमाग में वो बड़ा शंख था कि मुझे किसी भी हालत में वो बड़ा शंख चाहिए ताकि मैं थोड़े ज़्यादा पैसे कमा पाऊँ। तो बड़े शंख की तलाश में दोपहर से शाम हो गई, शाम से रात हो गई, तो ना तो उसे बड़ा शंख मिला और बल्कि जो छोटे छोटे शंख उसे मिले थे उन शंखों को भी उसने फेंक दिए, तो उसके हाथ में कुछ नहीं आया। और जो पहला वाला दोस्त था उसके पास एक बड़ा शंख था और कुछ छोटे शंख थे। तो रात हो गई और वो दोनों दोस्त घर जाने लगे। तो घर जाते वक्त पहला वाला जो दोस्त था उसने अपने शंख बेच दिए। तो उसके पास एक जो बड़ा शंख था उसके उसे मिले 1000 रुपये और जो छोटे छोटे शंख उसके पास में थे उसके उसे मिले 3000 रुपये। और ये जानकर उस दूसरे वाले दोस्तों को बहुत दुख हुआ कि काश मैं उन छोटे छोटे शंखों को फेंकता नहीं तो अभी मेरे पास इससे भी ज़्यादा कमाई होती। उसके दोस्त ने उसे बताया कि जो छोटे छोटे शंख तूने फेंक दिए थे ना, उन्हीं को मैंने अपने पास कलेक्ट कर लिया और उन्हीं की वजह से मुझे मिले 3000 रुपये। और ये जानकर वो दूसरा वाला दोस्त और भी ज़्यादा निराश हो जाता है। इस कहानी को बताने का मेरा मकसद बिल्कुल साफ है कि हम बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ों के चक्कर में कई सारी छोटी छोटी चीज़ें, या फिर ये कहें कि कई सारे छोटे छोटे मौके हाथ से गंवा देते हैं। हम हमारी डे टू डे लाइफ में भी कई सारी छोटी छोटी चीज़ों को इग्नोर करते हैं, लेकिन ये बात आपको जान लेनी चाहिए कि ये छोटी छोटी चीज़ें आगे जाकर बहुत विशाल रूप धारण कर लेती है। हर छोटी चीज़ पर ध्यान लगाओ, उसे इग्नोर मत करो, आगे जाकर आपको इसकी अहमियत पता चलेगी। मैं ये भी नहीं कह रहा हूँ कि आप छोटा सोचो और छोटा ही करो। मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि आप सोचो बड़ा, लेकिन उसके लिए हर वो छोटा काम करो जिससे कि आपका लक्ष्य आपको हासिल हो। दोनों दोस्तों का लक्ष्य एक ही था, वो था पैसा। लेकिन पहले वाले दोस्त ने बड़े पर भी फोकस किया और छोटे पर भी फोकस किया, और दूसरे वाले दोस्त ने सिर्फ बड़े पर फोकस किया, छोटी छोटी चीज़ों को इग्नोर कर दिया। और जहाँ उसे ज़्यादा पैसे मिलने चाहिए थे वहाँ उसे 1 रुपया भी नहीं मिला। और अंत में सिर्फ इतना ही कहना चाहूँगा कि छोटे छोटे बदलाव ही बड़ी कामयाबी का हिस्सा होते हैं। इसी
So thank you for watching. I hope this small story enlighten us with two things, that how do we change our mindset or how it works in our life. Thinking sometimes that is being passionate for achieving certain things, we lose really the true achievement what we supposed to. And this is exactly happened with these two friends. So here the growth mindset tend to generate other and new ways to do things. If one route doesn't work, they will try others. Think outside of the box to solve problems because they believe that they can. But exactly the same thing you heard from this story, that if the second boy could think of that whatever the small sound it is getting, that it could be helpful for him also, he could earn, but he was only comparing himself, I want the bigger one. So to achieve the big one, he lose all these smaller achievements, which could lead him to the success at the end. So this is happened because when the goal is to learn and master a subject, people with a growth mindset become more creative, and studies have shown that people will try many ways of doing things and will only disengage when the problem really is too hard. Exactly what happened with this first boy. It's time now. I'll go for it, and next I'll go for the Mentimeter. The same question about this, is the link shared now? Okay. Just hold on, I'll just say it again. So, what kind of mindset does Calvin have? If you could read the story, it is on your screen. I think I'm just enlarging it a little bit. Our poster didn't win. I still can't believe it. How these two mindsets fixed for certain events. What a miscarriage of justice. This contest was a joke. Obviously, the judges were biased against us from the start. We have decided, we talked already, na? Already fixed mind is decided. मुझे हमको अगर नहीं मिला तो it is definitely judge is being biased. So, well, the important thing is that we tried our best. It is the positive mind, means the growth mindset. Will it talk? Maybe the important thing is that we tried our best, but at the end we lose it. That's fine, but we have given our best. So, the important thing is that we lost. Even if after our hard effort, we lost it. Still then, no matter, we will try again. Oops. I always forget the purpose of competition is to drive people into winners and losers. That's the point of thing, trying if you can't be a winner. Even if you can't be a winner, the threat should not be there that yes, you are losing. Positive mind or the growth mind will accept it graciously and will ready for the next one. But the fixed mind will be demotivated and disappointed immediately and accepted easily and give up, will not think to try again. This is the difference between these two mindsets which we see around us. Why might our gifted children be specially vulnerable to fixed mindset thinking? Most of these children are easily dragged into that. They fixed up. Once they didn't achieve, they think they lost. They're not going to achieve anything. So this mindset up need to be changed by you all. We all are the educator, creator. I used to believe every time the teacher's profession is truly noble. It is not for saying only, because only the teacher's profession in the world which really creating everything in the world, I can say. You can create everybody, but nobody can create you. A doctor cannot create a teacher. A teacher only can create a doctor, an ambassador, a prime minister, a politician, or else and else and else. So my point of view here to tell you is, try to motivate your children at the any disgraceful disappointment they have in their life, or even in certain situations of failure, even if it is the examination or it is anything they are participating in the school, they didn't achieve, because achievement, success is a part. It is not entirely their life itself. That must be changed. They must have to come out from this wave. Yes, they can do something better in their life in future too. So here, when do you feel smart? Fixed mindset, when I don't make any mistakes. Growth mindset, when it's really hard and I try hard and I can do something I could not before. Similarly, here it is, it's when I finish fast and it's perfect, and when something is easy for me and others cannot do it. But growth mindset will believe, when I work on something a long time and finally figure it out, that's the achievement. So what's the big deal? Fixed mindset thinking results in a false sense of superiority undermined by a deep sense of self-doubt, a fear of failure, refusal to take risks, a feeling that failure permanently defines you as a loser, a need to prove yourself again and again, a desire to blame others or outside circumstances when things do not go your way. Similarly, here is another theory of this FCUSD. It is not focused. Do not read it mistakenly. So it is FCUSD. It's a abbreviation. Learning, contract, and a goal setting. As a GATE student, here is just an example. I understand that being in the GATE program doesn't mean everything should come easily to me. means how a growth mindset work on certain situations. I understand that hard work, persistent effort, and even failure are a part of learning. My goal is not to show how smart I am, but to learn as much as possible. I understand that to learn and grow, I must ask questions, welcome challenges and persist in meeting them, make mistakes, be an active and respectful listener, take risk in thinking and academics, trying harder assignments, learning something new, be curious and seek new knowledge. This is the positive mindset or the growth mindset's thinking that for every aspect he prepared himself. So now this was we talk about our first part. Now the second part is the praise, how it affects our life. The way we interact with young people can foster either a growth or a fixed mindset, what I was just discussing now. Praise for effort versus praise for ability. Most of the time we praise the ability they have. It is which we call it is the inborn quality they have. They possess in themselves, but we most of the time forget to recognize the effort paid by even the failures. If the effort could be recognized and could be appreciated a little, you see the wonderful world around you. The same failure child can be a genius, like many which we have given the example in the past, like Einstein or John or many people. So ability-based praise, telling someone that they are very clever after completing a task. Specific and process-oriented, telling someone well done or putting effort into the task. I can really see that how that has helped you. So this introduces that there are two types of praise we can give people. The first is general ability-based praise. For example, telling someone that they are very clever after completing a task. The other type praise is more specific and process-oriented. For example, telling someone, well done for putting effort into the task. I can really see how that has matters or how that has affected you. So this research says that type of praise we give people can determine the future mindset they adopt and the motivational framework we have already covered in their life. If a little praise paid by you to the students, definitely they can do much things. So praising talent or intelligence leads to fixed mindset, can change a young person's mindset from growth to fixed. I know your time it is. Please do not repeatedly ask, that is to send the, what is it is called, attendance sheet. Is there anybody sending the messages? So please do not drop this message. I am aware about my time and it is not that I am discussing something vague that it is not required for you. If you do not wish to be completed, so please do not join forever any training session. It is not just the fun sake going in. There is some discussion and I know my timing, I will complete it. Please bear with. So encourages young people to create performance goals and display a helpless response when faced with challenges. Encourages young people to lie about scores. Undermines motivation and willingness to take risks. आप अभी इतने समय नहीं दे पा रहे, अपने बच्चों को क्या दे रहे होंगे? What motivation you are paying giving your children? I really doubt. So praise effort, how it matters to achieve the goals. Encourages people to adopt a growth mindset. Encourages people to create learning goals. Increases motivation and success. You need to adopt this learning goals first as a teacher, as an educator. Then you can really be able to praise somebody's effort or the ability. So encourage people to create learning goals and display mastery response when faced with setback. Do not be disappointed, do not be hurry enough. So good feedback is important. Constructive criticism is necessary. Praise is not villain. Praise for effort and the process. Again, annotation request. Please beware. Those are sending the annotation. I hope my number is available. You could please contact me later on so that I could sort out your problem. What can I do? This 10 parenting tips for fostering the growth mindset, which you need to do as a teachers too, as a parent to practice what you preach. Emphasize the joy of learning for learning's sake. Set appropriately high expectations and provide support. Be mindful of the goals you set for your children and the message they send. Do not ever try to explain them that you are terrible for certain things. They also can have mastery over certain things if they are really being cared and nurtured by you well. So emphasize the joy of learning for learning's sake. Talk about your student's interest and how he or she is responding to the curriculum, not just how did you do on that test. When discussing school, talk about learning as a means for personal reward, growth, intellectual challenge, and opportunity, not as a means to earn a grade or get into a great college. Set appropriate high expectations and provide support. Lowering standards doesn't raise self-esteem. Expectations should focus on habits, effort, and growth, not grades. Provide students with needed supports, extra help, additional resources. Don't assume that you could do it easily if you just tried harder. Be mindful of the goals you set for your children and the message they send. Work with your child to set goals that are reasonable and desirable for both of you. All goals should emphasize growth, the development of a skill or the expanding of knowledge. Having innate talent is not a goal your child can work towards. Praise effort, practice, and process, not outcome. Use failures as an opportunity for reflection and growth. Provide honest, constructive criticism that emphasizes growth. Make concrete plans for growth. Point out the perseverance, effort of favorite athletes and stars. Do not use labels and do not let your child use them. Do not shelter your child from the realities of failure by placing blame on others. What can you learn from this experience? What could you try differently the next time? That should be the motto of you. Praise effort, practice, and process, not outcome. When your child succeeds, talk about the work that went into the success. Praise persistence and perseverance. Focus on the positive habits your child practiced and the choices she made which led up to the success. Are they really very varied? Use failures as an opportunity for reflection and growth. Don't use labels and do not let your child use them. Don't shelter your child from the realities of failure by placing blame on others. Ask what you can learn from this experience. What could you try differently the next time? Provide honest, constructive criticism and emphasizes growth. Do not harp on your child's shortcomings or past mistakes. Work with your child to identify strategies for improvement. Involve your child in the problem-solving processes rather than meting out punishments. Make concrete plans for growth. Okay. Point out the perseverance, effort, and favorite athletes and discussion stars. Take reasonable risk and encourage your child to do so. Role models give people evidence of the growth mindset in action. A growth mindset helps people to be motivated and to succeed. A growth mindset can be learned. We can foster a growth mindset in others by the type of feedback you give and by teaching them about the brain's huge potential. At the last, my sincere request to all of you to enhance, to focus on the growth mindset traits. Be open-minded, get comfortable with ambiguity and uncertainty, show strong situational awareness, have a greater sense of representativeness, take awareness, take ownership, growth with the people, have clarity on what others expect from your leadership. So you are the leader, you are the creator, you are the motivator, you are the true person who really going to give a shape to the child for his future. Entirely altogether, you are only the person who makes the child perfect in his life. So this altogether presentation was the follow-up sources of the slides from UK and all these Center of Confidence and Well-being, UK www.center.com. You can go for it. So a lot of things you can achieve as the growth mindset can work. So thank you. I know all of you are worried and hurried to leave the session. If any of you wish to interrupt, you are mostly welcome. I would like to request Chandan ji to unmute if they wish to say, even if किसी को कुछ बोलना भी है, मतलब आपकी 10 to 15 minutes आपके हिसाब से लेट हो गई है, so कुछ भी कहना है आप लोग कह सकते हो. किसी का
Thank you,
गुस्सा
ma'am.
भी है ना, उतार सकते हैं. Thank
नहीं
you.
नहीं, थैंक यू मैम. मैं इसमें मीटिंग में मैक्सिमम सभी लोग एजुकेटर्स हैं, किसी न किसी स्कूल के पीजी की हैं, की हैं, तो इतनी समझदारी होनी चाहिए कि आप ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हैं तो 10 मिनट 15 मिनट अगर लेट होता है तो कुछ चीज जो है वो आपके सीखने के लिए है, जिसको कि आप यूज करेंगे तो आपको फायदा होगा, आपके स्कूल को फायदा होगा. Wherever you are pursuing your career, you are going to get benefit for yourself. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि इस मैम को या दूसरे किसी को फायदा होगा. इसलिए बार बार मना करने के बाद भी आप लोगों का अटेंडेंस लिंक के लिए डिमांड करना, ये कितनी बुरी बात है और बहुत तकलीफ होती है. बार बार एक ही बात को एजुकेटर्स को समझाना पड़े तो ये दुखद है. इसको फिर मैं रिपीट करता हूँ कि दोबारा कृपया अगली मीटिंग से इसको रिपीट ना करें. अगर आपको सिर्फ अटेंडेंस बनाना है तो आपको आने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप अपने स्कूल के हेड को कहिए कि भाई मैं नहीं ज्वाइन करूंगा ट्रेनिंग. आप 1 घंटा 10 मिनट अगर आप लोग नहीं इस चीज को बर्दाश्त कर सकते हैं तो ऐसे, अभी तो अप्रैल से आपका ऑफलाइन सेशन होगा, 2-2 घंटे का सेशन होगा,
नहीं 5 hours का,
5 आवर्स का सेशन होगा. और मैम को आपको ये करना पड़ेगा. आपको नहीं जानकारी होगी, मैम यहाँ सीबीएसई की कोऑर्डिनेटर है और ऐसी स्थिति में जो भी आपका ट्रेनिंग होगा वो मैम की निगरानी में नहीं होगा. कोई दूसरे तीसरे करते हैं तो मैम की निगरानी में ही सब कुछ होना है. मैं समझता हूँ ये 22वां या 23वां सेशन है आज, और हर सेशन में मैंने ऑनेस्टली रिक्वेस्ट किया है टू ईच एंड एवरी पार्टिसिपेंट कि आप थोड़ा सा पेशेंस रखें, धैर्य रखें. मैम मैक्सिमम प्रिंसिपल का सेशन लेती हैं और हमारे रिक्वेस्ट पर वो टीचर का सेशन ले रही हैं, और आप लोग इस तरह से करेंगे तो फिर बड़ा दुखद है. थैंक यू मैम.
थैंक यू सुधीर जी.
सारे पार्टिसिपेंट
नहीं ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है, दे ऑल आर आवर एसोसिएटर्स. नहीं मैंने काफी ट्रेनिंग्स में यही देखती हूँ, प्लीज टेक केयर ऑफ आवर टाइम और सेंड द अटेंडेंस लिंक. में बाद में पढ़ती हूँ. क्या आप लोगों को इतना नहीं लगता कि मुझे भी आपके समय की वैल्यू है? और ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं आपको मेरे सिंसियर रिक्वेस्ट है सभी के लिए, और मैं जानती हूँ सुधीर जी इज ए वेरी माइंड ब्लोइंग पर्सन. अगर आप लोगों को सिर्फ सर्टिफिकेट चाहिए ना, क्योंकि ये सीबीएसई को चाहिए और आपको अपनी जॉब भी करनी है, जॉब बचानी भी है, लेकिन काम नहीं करना है. अगर इस माइंड सेटअप में आप टीचर्स बनना, मैं तो यही चाह रही हूँ आपको दूसरे रिसर्च पर्सन की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, आप खुद रिसर्च पर्सन बनिए. और सीबीएसई चाहता है, और मैं तो जानती हूँ सुधीर जी आपको ऐसे ही सर्टिफिकेट दे देंगे. अगर आपको कोटा पूर्ण करने की बात है तो
वो मैं दे दूंगा. वो आपके स्कूल
प्लीज आप वो सब रिक्वेस्ट कीजिए. अगर खाली ज्वाइन करके, मैं काफी मीटिंग्स में देखती हूँ, दूसरों की ट्रेनिंग में भी कभी कभी अगर मैं ज्वाइन करती हूँ, कुछ लोग बिल्कुल सो भी जाते हैं, एंड विदाउट एनी हेजिटेशंस. आई रियली सरप्राइज्ड हाउ वी आर नोन एज द टीचर.
या
अच्छा,
एग्जैक्टली
हमारी क्लास में सोते हैं तो हमको कैसा लगता है?
जी
मीटिंग
जी.
में आप सो जाते हैं, कैसा लगेगा?
और
तो
इतना
आपको अगर सुनने
इंफॉर्मेटिव
की
सेशन
देखने
होता
की
है मैम
इच्छा
आपका.
नहीं है
जी, काफी
नहीं, मैं
इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशन होता है जी.
पता नहीं, एंड आई एम ऑलवेज ट्राइंग टू मोटिवेट देम एंड ऑलवेज ट्राइंग टू मेक क्रिएट इंटरेस्ट इन द सेशन. जबकि काफी चीजों में नहीं, और आप लोग, मैं खाली मेरी बारी में तो नहीं कि मेरा इंटरेस्ट है, मैं कर रही हूँ. एक चीज मैं बता दूं, आप एक टीचर्स को एक क्लास लेने के लिए, अगर आप सही मायने में टीचर्स बनना चाहते हैं ना, कभी आपने एक क्लास को, अगर आप एक चैप्टर को 10 साल से भी पढ़ा रहे हैं, आप उसको 1 घंटा पहले कभी प्रिपेयर करके जाइए और देखिए हाउ मच सेटिस्फेक्शन यू आर गेटिंग इन योरसेल्फ. आपको अगर एक लेसन प्लान बनाने के लिए, एक 40 मिनट सेशन देने के लिए एक लेसन प्लान को आपको 2 आवर्स लगता है, तो आपके एक ट्रेनिंग सेशन के लिए किसी भी रिसोर्स पर्सन को कितने घंटा देना पड़ता होगा, आपने कभी सोचा? अगर आपको ट्रेनिंग सही महीने में जरूरत नहीं है, कोई फोर्स नहीं कर रहा है, सर्टिफिकेट बन जाएगा, और आप सर्टिफिकेट लेके ना वो बिल्कुल आप अपना जॉब बचा लीजिए. आप जॉब किस चीज की कर रहे हैं वो तो सोचिए. व्हाट इज द जॉब?
न्यू एजुकेशन
अब अपने
पॉलिसी
आपको
में मैम सिर्फ सर्टिफिकेट काम नहीं आएगा.
नहीं, अभी लग रहा है ना, अभी जो एनईपी का एक्चुअली ट्रू मायने में तो अभी एनईपी कोई समझे ही नहीं व्हाट एग्जैक्टली द न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी
यही मैं कहना चाह रहा था
एक्सपेक्टिंग द
जी।
थिंग्स फ्रॉम द टीचर्स.
हाँ।
सो यू प्लीज बी ए ट्रू टीचर इन द ट्रू सेंस.
या
आपकी 10 मिनट का समय भी ना किसी और के लिए बहुत बहुमूल्य है. आई एम सॉरी, मुझे हिंदी में इतना मुझे थोड़ा अनकंफर्टेबल होता है कि कहीं मैं गलत हिंदी ना बोल दूं. अगर
नहीं
ऐसे वर्डिंग कुछ गलत लगता है तो प्लीज एक्सक्यूज मी.
नहीं
एंड आई ट्राइंग टू लर्न ऑल्सो बिकॉज आई रियली लव द लैंग्वेज हिंदी.
या
सो मैं यही कहना चाहूंगी कि आप लोग का पेशेंस रखिए. अगर नहीं है तो बेहिचक बोलिए, आपको नहीं रहना है कोई बात नहीं, आप जाइए, आपको सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाएगा क्योंकि आपका स्कूल ऑलरेडी रजिस्टर्ड किया हुआ है. एट द एंड प्रिंसिपल बोलेंगे कि नहीं मेरे टीचर्स को कर लीजिए. मुझे लग रहा है सुधीर जी शायद टीचर्स को पता नहीं कि टीचर का स्कूल का तो फाइन है ही, सीबीएसई भी इस बार किया है, लेकिन फॉर इंडिविजुअल टीचर्स देयर इज 50,000 फाइन परास, इनको पता नहीं है.
जी 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 जी
शायद इसी डर से ही मेरा एक अंतिम में रिक्वेस्ट सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स को, पर्टिकुलरली द टीचर्स को, डर से कोई काम ना करे. जो इच्छा नहीं है उसको बिल्कुल भी करने की ना सोचे. ट्रेनिंग आप स्वयं संपूर्ण है, आप बहुत मतलब सभी लोग यहाँ लर्नेड पर्सन है. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको जानकारी नहीं, आप बहुत ज्यादा भी जानते होंगे. कोई भी कंटेंट जो भी ट्रेनिंग देते हैं ना, आप उनसे ज्यादा जानते ही हैं. ये बात नहीं है कि आप नहीं जानते. तो जानने के बावजूद अगर आपको सुनने की कोई इच्छा नहीं है तो मत ज्वाइन कीजिए प्लीज.
जी
ये मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है. आप खुद की इज्जत करें, दूसरों को भी इज्जत देने से मिलती है. अगर आप देना नहीं सीखे हैं तो आप अपनी का तो कम से कम इज्जत करें. सो अंतिम में माफी चाहूंगी अगर 10 मिनट आप लोगों का समय मैंने एक्स्ट्रा ली. और आगे अगर मेरे और भी 2-3 सेशन है ही, एंड प्लीज बी प्रिपेयर्ड एंड आई एम ट्राइंग टू कंप्लीट इट विद इन एन आवर. ये आप लोगों की 2 डेज का सेशन एक दिन में किया जा रहा है. कोई भी टॉपिक ऐसे 1 घंटा का इसलिए सीबीएसई बना दिया ताकि आप लोगों के लिए कन्वीनियंट हो और टाइम सेविंग हो. But truly, if you are going for a training or learning, which you are going to have from the month of April onwards, new session में आपको 5 hours की फिजिकल ट्रेनिंग आप चाहते हुए भी ना चाहते हुए भी आपको अपने स्कूल में या ट्रेनिंग सेंटर में बैठना होगा. रिसोर्स पर्सन को पसंद करते हुए ना करते हुए भी आपको सुनना होगा. वो 5 hours आपकी मैंडेटरी है, कोई आप चाहकर भी नहीं जा सकते. So thank you. Wish you all of you have enjoyed. There were other 2 videos which I really wanted to show you, but I have seen your time is running and you are much worried about the attendance. ऐसा क्यों नहीं करते हैं कि हम आप एक बार अपने स्कूल से आपके प्रिंसिपल या जो भी होंगे उनको बोल के ना एक एक्सेल शीट बनाकर भेज दीजिए. और मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी एज ए डीटीसी, बिकॉज ये मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, मेरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट का पूरा ट्रेनिंग हो जाए. और मैं सहोदय से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि प्लीज इनको सर्टिफिकेट ऐसे ही प्रोवाइड कर दीजिए, भले ही उनका रिकॉर्डिंग वहां पे कुछ ना दिखे, क्योंकि तरुण जी तो मांगेंगे कि इनको रिकॉर्डिंग दिखाना है. तो और ये भी देखिए, और कुछ रिकॉर्डिंग में लोग जो सो रहे हैं ना वो भी दिख रहा है. वैसे अभी मेरे
और अभी अटेंडेंस के समय 500 स्ट्रेंथ रहता है और आप देखेंगे कि 15 मिनट में 300 टू 500 जंप हो जाता है. अभी कुछ नए लोग अभी जुड़े हैं जस्ट, जो अभी मांग रहे हैं अटेंडेंस, फिर से मांग रहे हैं अटेंडेंस. ग्रुप में डाल दिया गया है, काइंडली ऊपर चैट बॉक्स में चेक करें. अटेंडेंस हैज बीन सेंट, ऑलरेडी सेंट इन द चैट बॉक्स.
थैंक यू सुधीर जी. आगे से ना इन लोगों का रिकॉर्डिंग टाइम एंड वीडियो ऑडियो ऑन की टाइमिंग देखकर इनको सर्टिफिकेट दिया जाए, ये अच्छा रहेगा. और एक कदम उसमें बढ़ाएंगे, सर्टिफिकेट में आपने कितने घंटे वीडियो में ऑन रहे और ऑडियो में थे आपकी, क्योंकि कुछ लोग ना मोबाइल में ज्वाइन करके रख देते हैं फिर गायब होते हैं. ये भी होता है, कभी कभी करना पड़ता है. दैट इज अंडरस्टूड.
एक पार्टिसिपेंट का टोटल हुलिया मैम तरुण सर चेक करते हैं. सारे सहोदया को भी हर मंथ में रिपोर्टिंग करनी होती है,
इसलिए तो पता चला कि वही बोले हैं कि ट्रेनिंग सेशन में कुछ पार्टिसिपेंट्स हो जाते हैं और आप देखते नहीं हैं.
जो वेबएक्स का डाटा है वो डाटा बिल्कुल, उसमें कोई टेम्परिंग नहीं हो सकता है.
That's the fact. Anyhow, thank you so much to everybody, and thank you for your healthy participation and patience hearing for a long time. And thank you, Sudhir ji. It's a great thanks to you and your team for conducting also sessions for them. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
अब हो गया मोबाइल ऑफ कीजिए.